We have spawning up to the top right-hand corner our blue Protoss representing ESC Icy Box. It is Showtime. And then up to the top left, we have our red Zerg representing Roxkiss. It's Livezerg.
A Livezerg.
Ah.
His debut here in the Premier League. This is his first time. He's played in Challenger before this. So, and that was last season, not just this season. I wonder what we're going to see from Showtime. We've seen his games earlier against Nurtio. He played the 4 gateway style, pressure into robotics facility push, and then he used a normal standard opening and just kind of took a third base and then got beat up by a really strong composition from Nurtio. This map right now has a strategy which is pretty much, well, almost gone undefeated so far. It's got a very high success rate, which is taking the goal base as a Protoss player and going for an immortal push from that. I wonder if Showtime's going to use that. We saw it at the Intel Extreme Masters. We saw it in GSL as well. Parting did use it too.
I mean, there was a moment during Intel Extreme Masters when I said that he was going to take a gold base, basically off this first pylon being placed at the top of this high ground. Not Showtime, but another Protoss during that tournament. But we can't quite easily call Showtime doing that. We can't just say, yes, that pylon's there, so he's going to take the gold base on this map, because he's done this same wall during every other map that he's played against Zerg so far, against Nurtio. So whilst it looks similar to what we saw in Intel Extreme Masters, it might not be the full case, but you're right, it's a very, very strong strategy to take the goal from there. Yeah,
definitely could see that happen. But we do see Livezerg, who's gone hat-trick first here. Whether he saw the games earlier when Showtime played and opened up Gateway Expand every single time, he's opened up for a bit of a small build order advantage. He's not threatened with his early expansion here and is able to get away with it versus this just Gateway opening. And a gas has been taken too to get up towards Zergling speed quite early on.
Yeah, he sees everything that's going on, so that's nice for him. He starts his Zealot as well. I'm under the impression that Showtime here, despite seeing what's going on, I'm weirdly thinking that he's not going to cancel this Zealot, so he can just keep that wall off nice and tight, and then just go for his Nexus from there. I wonder if he is going to go to the gold. He is going to,
Yep, so we are going to see that build that we've seen so often here. And it is very strong. The amount of money that you get from the gold base really does power you up. And then you're able to build a lot of sentries. You're able to, well, it depends on the style he uses. It could be Zealot heavy. It could be sentry heavy. Parting used a sentry heavy one. And we saw across the weekend, Protoss players use a Zealot heavy one. So obviously it's dependent on the gas that he takes. But Livezerg doesn't spot this yet. He'll start to wonder where the Nexus is, because he's going to be going down to the natural with his oval and be like, wait a minute. Oh no. I've seen this build. I know what this is.
It's very important that, you know, we were talking about the Zealot just before. It's very important that you actually do let that finish when you're doing a strategy like this, because you have to defend against multiple locations. It's not quite as easy as just defending your natural. You need to make sure no run-bys occur straight into your mineral line. This Mothership Core has to be very, very active between these two locations to keep you well and truly hunkered down.
It's a very early Roach Farm, by the way.
Ooh, yeah.
Very, very early Roach Farm.
Guess it's pressure time. We'll see what he wants to do with it.
Well, does he cancel Zergling speed and build a lot of roaches here? I don't know. I guess it doesn't really help that much because he'll have too much gas to compare to minerals. But he's building... he looks like he's aiming up to build quite a few roaches very early on. Yeah. Because there isn't, until this build gets rolling, much defense to it. I wonder if this is something that he's practiced, he's had success with it, because this isn't something I would expect to freestyle out. I don't think he's like, you know what, I'm just going to try build a bunch of roaches and try to break this down. This seems to me like this is something that he would have tried at least on ladder before. And
it kind of works out. I mean, with how well Warp Gate is currently gone, it's like 45 seconds until completion, and there's really not going to be a whole lot of defense at the top of this gold ramp. So
yeah, well, there's going to be a photon overcharge. He's going to have 2 gateways that can warp in sentries because he's got double gases. So his defense isn't terrible.
Ah, the Immortal will be out as well.
Yeah, his defense isn't terrible. Photon overcharge and sentries. And as long as Showtime keeps on building sentries, then it's good. He doesn't see about this attack yet. But he needs to turn his gates to warp gate as soon as possible. It's almost ready. Here comes the first attack. There's nothing there yet.
He could actually get that robot before the Immortal actually pops. But he's just going to try and bust straight on in.
Yeah, nice wall off there. Really good wall off.
Very important.
He can warp in sentries, yep.
All right, so he's going to try and actually get around here. He does in the end. There was a gap around the back, but he's...
Oh, the Immortal's just 1 second.
Oh!
Not even 1 second.
It's 55 and 55. And he's going to kill it before he even gets out. Oh, my. Oh, Showtime. That's a bit of a disaster for him.
Wow. That was 1 second. Not even that. Half a second.
And now delaying that, it's like, it messes up your build entirely. Like, of course, behind this, we only still have 23 drones for Livezerg, but
yeah,
that's a blunder.
There's a lot of gases, though. There's 3 gases. He can continue to wall off. He isn't that far away from another photon overcharge. 40 energy. Oh, he missed the force field.
Oh, those sentries. Oh, well, bye-bye. And bye-bye extra sentry that just gets warped in as well without even throwing down any force field. This is not going well for Showtime in game number 1. And Livezerg, got to give it to him. You know, he saw this. He knew exactly how to respond.
He's given up the goal base.
Yeah.
So Showtime's going to get beaten up quite hard here. This is not nice to see. And he's going to be on 1 base with 4 gateways. At least he has the robotics facility over there, to say the least. But Livezerg's following this up very beautifully, not overcommitting to units. He's droning up now. He's only on 23 drones, remember. This is a very, very low drone attack. He's going to actually drone so we can have an economy now. He's actually gone up to layer, and I'm not too sure what that's for. With the economy, which is he's so weak, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just roach speed.
Oh, and even the force field doesn't land properly there for him on the ramp, so the Zerglings do get up. They will end up dying, and they'll save a sentry, but I mean, what can you really do as the Protoss here? From 1 base against this position that your opponent finds them in.
A 1 base mortar push, man.
Don't think it's going to work out too well.
Yeah, that's not the best.
Oh, well. He can try. He can try. We've seen Immortals perform miracles in the past. But nice force fields to separate off that from the natural.
And he can warp in another sentry and has a lot of force fields to hold this off. So this has now started to change. I wonder what he's going to use his lair for here. Could be Spire. Could be it could be anything. It really could be anything at this point. He knows his opponent's on Sentry Immortal. Could be Hydroden into a 3rd base. What's he going to choose?
I mean, he has any choice, right? If I was Showtime now, after that, I'd be like, well, okay, I need to spot what's going on in the main and be like, maybe I need to Stargate because that's normally the play.
Yeah, going to be Spire.
Yeah. This is almost exactly the same situation as today. It was why I was called a hacker.
Wait, let's see what Showtime spots, because he's going to try and find out what the follow-up is here. He's like, hold on, I mean, he's got a layer. Wait, double gases? Wait a minute. What is on the natural? This is what he's saying, so weird. Yeah. Wait, another gases? Spire and... Spire and Spines. It's the SS team. Spire and Spines.
Yeah. This is going to be difficult here for Showtime to really do anything with.
This is hard to combat, Claris, because it is. The Spines are going to be there to just stop any frontal attack. There are 3 Immortals, which helps, but even more Spines.
And then this counter attack as well. This army just can't move out. It just can't move out.
Yeah. The Stargate's been added on, so if he moves out, then he could die. So he's got to play this slowly. He's got to play this slowly. Stargate, you know, the gas has been taken on the natural. Oh, this is a good catch.
Yeah, that's a very nice catch.
That's a good catch.
I think, though, from here, because the Spire was spotted so quickly with Hallucinated Phoenix, I think he shouldn't play Spire. Like, I think he should try something else, but he's not gonna. I think he's just gonna go straight for it.
I wonder if he can make this combat work now with these Stargates.
Phoenix can do miracles, man.
Phoenix are miracle makers against this. But are they going to be out in time, and enough of them out in time, and will he mess up his control? I like the hidden base by Livezerg, by the way. You can go with mine gas down there. It's going to be very hard for Showtime to know that they're there.
Yep. He sees +1 weapons have started on that Spire as well.
Yeah, he knows. He's going to see a Mutalisk too, so he definitely knows. But are the Phoenixes going to be out in time and in the right numbers? There is a photon overcharge, so actually it's not that bad.
Yeah, they could buy time, especially with the positioning of the Stargates. Are positioned so that they are covered by that photon overcharge, which is important. You don't want the Mutalisks to just sit above those. Photon overcharge!
Yeah, photon overcharge has to be activated, and it is, and this will chase back. And he will pick off a Mutalisk very fast.
Time for the Phoenix to dance.
That's 2 Mutalisks already.
Yeah,
and another one. This is a really fast and easy scout from Showtime, and this has changed the state of the game drastically.
And now we see Corruptors come out. They have to.
Yeah,
they absolutely have to. And there we go. There's one in production.
But you start adding on more gateways, start adding on Stalkers to your army composition. You can take a 3rd.
It's so funny how close this is to the game I had today. It's really... Oh, dear me. Livezerg, but for him, in this position, getting all the bases behind this, because there's only Phoenix coming out at this point, you can't really deal with all the bases that Livezerg will want to take.
Yeah. I wonder if he'll... Well, he's got... I think he'll take a 3rd base in a minute. And we'll try maybe a 3-base timing. Maybe. I doubt he'll try and go on 2 bases. But then again, that 4 bases is going to give a lot of time here for Livezerg to catch back up. He's going to have a pretty decent income if a 3rd is taken by Showtime, which I'm expecting it to be.
And the Hydralisk then throws a wrench in the works here, which is going to be nice for Livezerg.
Okay, so it definitely should be 3rd base, +2 attack, blink, and try to do as much damage with the Phoenixes as you can.
I really felt that a dedication just to a few Mutalisks, make it look like he was still doing it, and then doing something else behind it would have been better.
He switched over to Roach Speed and Hydralisk range, but there's no evolution chambers.
Yeah, there's no upgrades.
Which are going to be needed, and I would expect that he has to really almost go double evolution chamber at this point. It's so late, and this +2 attack when made is going to be so brutal. Void Ray's added into the mix as well. We'll see a big gateway climb up soon.
And he's claiming his gold again as well. Here is Showtime. So Showtime's stabilizing. I mean...
Oh, he's in great shape right now. Really good. It was because he scouted it so early.
Yeah.
Really good scout.
Very, very nicely done. Hallucinate Phoenix always helping out quite a lot. And, well, Livezerg, he's having to get all of his other bases going up. He does technically have the drone lead, but... right now, Showtime's looking all right. He has good firepower on the ground as well because of those 3 Immortals that he had so early on.
Yup, this is looking good for him.
Yeah.
Double evolution chambers as expected to come out from Livezerg, but it's a long way away. But he does have all these spines still, and I think an attack now would be a little bit early. Maybe a little bit early from Showtime. I definitely would like to see +2. But he wants to go now. He might not break this. Might not break this. That's a lot of spines.
Finds that base down to the bottom as well. So... whilst he's pushing on forwards, he could happily send a probe down there, maybe add on a pylon and maybe warp in some zealots. There's options available to him, but this poke on forwards for him is just, you know, him showing that he's still got the muscle.
Yeah, I definitely needs to start +2 attack. He's not going to be able to break him here, I don't think. Robotic space started anyway. Going to look at a different angle here, but there's quite a lot of Roach and Hydras, and you can see Livezerg's not upgrading his units because he's like, I need units. I don't want to die. I must not die. Premier League is everything.
He's getting stuck in the mid-game, man, and this base is going to die. There's actually no Mothership core with this. Yeah,
it's there.
Oh, okay, it was there. It was just trailing behind a little bit. I was going to say he absolutely needs to recall out eventually. Nice force fields as well, catching as many drones as he possibly can do, but he does need to kill that. Get out! Run away! Ooh, that Mothership core was really close to death.
That was close.
16 health. All right. Well, picking up a few more drones and doing what he needs to. Showtime is playing this out really, really well. Because right now it's 71 workers against 48, Sean. This army for Livezerg is almost everything.
Yeah, it's pretty strong, though.
It is. That's a lot of Hydras.
There's a lot of force fields, though. So force fields are going to be crucial in cutting the Hydras up.
Oh, and he already starts to cut up quite a bit of it, trying to isolate some of this army on the right-hand side. The Phoenix is going to come back to push this away. And all he has to do, again, is like buy time, because his economy is going to be looking phenomenal.
Just the longer the game goes on, the better it is for Showtime. Just don't die here.
And he cuts up a few more of these roaches again. A lot of them dancing around at the back, really not doing a whole lot. He shouldn't be taking the engagement, I don't think, here, because he's really not dishing out the damage that he needs to with all of these Hydras. But a lot of those gateway units now do walk on forwards, but with the Corruptors and the Mutalisks dying off, these Hydras are still all he has.
Hydras is a lot, though.
That is a lot. But I don't think he kills this in the end. I think the force fields, as well as the gateway reinforcements, should be able to push this away.
All right, doesn't want to take too much damage up on that gold base, though. Hydra's doing so much damage over these force fields at the range that they have. And the third base is unlocked for the time being. No Mothership core. And he does have position on the high ground, too, if we are to see Showtime go up to defend it.
Killing a few workers, just warping in everything he can. Those Hydras now stuck in this location. It's going to be a bit hard for him to really do anything with this. He still has a little bit of energy for force fields left over. Could cut off the reinforcements, but he's actually splitting up his army in such a way that the Hydras are getting as much damage done as they possibly could do, given the situation. And this is, well, it's doing all right. I mean, army supplies right now is very, very even, but he saved a lot of his workers. Well, actually, no, he didn't. He lost quite a lot, now that I say that.
And he survives for now. Blink and punishes the last couple of Hydralists there, but it's still 3 base versus 3 base. And even though he lost workers on the gold, it's still a gold base. So he's able to stabilize. And with Colossus now coming out, it is starting to swing in favor of Showtime. That was a narrow escape for Showtime, I think, there. Mothership core getting rebuilt, more gateways added on, and a Stalker Colossus-focused army. And with no 4th base yet, Showtime has survived. And like I said, the longer the game goes on, the better it is for him here.
Yeah. Certainly so. And all he has to do is get that second Colossus out. And he should be sitting pretty. I don't see anything that can really contest with these two Colossi that he's going to have.
Yeah, he should go with 3. 3 is a really good number in this point. It would give him enough time to rebuild an army. It wouldn't give too much time over to Livezerg. 2 is difficult, though, with any air units at all. It is difficult. 3 is ideal. He's going to have a look and see what his opponent has.
Livezerg's caught between a rock and a hard place, though.
Hydras, and not that many spines.
Yeah, it's like he can't... Unfortunately for Livezerg, he can't make the ground army that he needs whilst also making the corruptors that he needs, right? So
yep, he's in trouble. He's definitely in trouble. And Showtime has surpassed the middle part of this game. And with a snipe on this 4th position with a... Well, he doesn't have that many sentries. Only like 4 or 5 force fields.
Yeah. This base is 100% has to be cancelled. There's no way you can really save that. Army supply, 76 against 58. And... Well, Livezerg's going to reposition himself, but if Showtime wanted to, I don't really think he even has to take the fight at this point.
Ooh, these Hydras could get killed up here. This Colossus and Colossus are awesome at killing Hydras.
They're pretty good.
Really awesome.
Really, really awesome. And he does end up dying. Well, oh well.
And that 3rd Colossus is coming, and when that's there, see you later, alligator.
It's barbecue time.
Yeah, it's barbecue time, and it is Zerg on the menu tonight, baby.
They're quite, well, I can only imagine that Hydras are quite gooey. What would be the tastiest one?
Maybe like squid.
Yeah, what would be the tastiest Zerg unit if you had to barbecue them?
Ultralisk, absolutely.
Oh, actually, you're right. You're 100% right with that.
The beef on that thing.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Sick. All right, so a lot of units here from Livezerg, but with 3 Colossus, good force fields, and a good time warp, then it shouldn't be too difficult to engage with. I mean, there's a lot of, a lot of Stalkers that blink onto the Corruptors with Void Ray support too. Actually, yeah, 1 Void Ray. Okay, sick. 1 Void Ray is good.
1 Void Ray support, man.
Switch over to Enduring Locust. We are going to see Swarm Hosts.
Uh-oh.
But I really think there's an opportunity here for Showtime to kill his opponent, but he is playing this slow. He's taking a 4th base. He doesn't want to, ruin his chance in Premier League. He wants to play this out a lot longer.
But even with Enduring Lucas on the way, I think that Showtime, if he keeps going, could almost max out before there's too many Swarm Hosts on the field. So he could still go and still do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I still think that Showtime's in such a good position, and the way for Livezerg to get back into this could be Swarm Hosts, absolutely. But the problem is then you got a lot of... well, I just don't think you're going to get to the right numbers. On 3 hatcheries, you're so low in economy as Livezerg, and Showtime going up to 4 bases. It doesn't matter what Showtime makes as long as he makes just a lot of units here. He can go over to start getting Zealot Charge, can add it to He can actually unlock all of his tech structures with 4 base economy. And Livezerg is stuck on low amounts of Swarm Hosts, cannot replenish very easily. And is there an Observer with this army? Because if there is, okay, good.
So that's certainly important. It could... Wait, no, he doesn't even have any Overseers. Unless these...
Spores pick it off.
No, they didn't. I've got it selected.
They could.
Yeah. But in the end, now...
Yeah, this is just a beautiful army from Showtime. +3 attack as well. There's no way that these Hydralisks and Swarmos can do much here.
Yeah. There you go. GG. How things are going to unfold. Spawning down to the south as our blue Protoss. It is ESC Showtime. Currently 1 game up. And up to the north, we have our red Zerg representing Rocks. Guess it is Livezerg.
Livezerg.
Zerg.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. This is, of course, the World Championship Series, if you didn't know already, which I'm sure you do, so there's no point me saying. But, of course, always do remember to join in the Twitter conversations with that hashtag WCS, baby. Let me know what you're doing, baby. Leave your phone number, baby, for Colaris.
I do not condone this message.
He may or may not get back to you.
But in general... Here at the World Championship Series, if you have like a friend that's not really that used to StarCraft, come bring them this way. We shall introduce them to StarCraft, and we shall bring them on this crazy journey that we call the professional scene here. It's a great tournament for people not only to play straight through from the very, very beginnings. As I said before, some of those Challenger players, they started in bronze at the very beginning of the life of StarCraft. It's a crazy, crazy life.
What's this drone doing, man?
I don't know. I've been following it for a while. I'll follow it some more. There we go. I'll keep following it.
Drone Scout's not super regular here for Livezerg.
The life of a drone.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
He's just scouting.
He's all right.
He's gone for a walk in the park and Polar Night.
Aw, little guy.
And hatchery first here. Maybe, I mean, this is a good map for cannon rushes. It's that you can tuck tight cannon rushes behind the mineral line quite easily here, so
Yeah.
maybe it was just in case of that. Maybe there's been times that Showtime has cannon rushed Livezerg on the ladder and Battle.net, so.
Don't zap our drone, Showtime. This is our drone. Leave him alone. Okay, he left him alone. So he actually did listen to us there for a second. So good job, Showtime, as he's going to leave that off. And for now, this drone's going to survive it. He's going to be annoying. He's actually, I guess he was trying to block the cybernetics core, but he's going to come down here and block the expansion. Doing all right. Wait, he didn't get a zealot this time either.
It's a blocking drone.
He's doing all right. He's doing a good job. Look at this. He's up to 405, almost 500 minerals. Crazy drone does the job. All right. That's about it.
Bit of an annoyance.
Just a little.
Just a small bit of annoyance. And then we have the extractor ready for Zergling speed. And, of course, the spawner pulled down. So a decent little setup here from Livezerg with his opening. A second gas immediately taken here from shutdown time.
The little drone that could. And he's even going to get the minerals back home. Did he steal those from there or did he take them with him?
Stolen.
Oh.
What a thief.
Oh. Bad guy. Look at that. Oh, they've been stolen officially. They are part of Livezerg's empire now. All right. So, I think we do see 2 bases worth of aggression here from Showtime. I think he does it.
Robotics facility then?
I think so.
Yeah? You think a mortal push?
Yeah, although he does have to get rid of this overlord before he does anything, which is kind of might end up slowing things down. Unless he goes for gateway aggression first. Where's his second part? Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, the back.
Historically, immortal pushes have been quite common here in the past, but I'm not sure nowadays because it is more. There are easier maps to make it work on. But he is leading in terms of the score, so there is that chance he does try it.
Yeah, 25-26 workers so far here, and Livezerg is getting his speed out, and he's being very, very diligent about scouting out the perimeter of the map so that there's no probe out anywhere to really hit him hard. Is there going to be a 4th gateway or something
Whatever
like that?
tech choice, it's late. Nurture's looking for it. Not Nurture, sorry. Livezerg's looking for it. It's 3 gateways. Sentry play so far with his gas. That's all he's really used it on.
Yeah.
It is late. So the gas starting to rise up. Is it just 3 gateway expansion with sentries? Okay, later Stargate.
Okay. So I've seen some builds that do lead into a push with Stargate, but normally Stargate is towards macro focus, which is nicer to see as, well, he can send in a hallucination as well eventually with the sentry if he doesn't need it for the force field. But these 2 zealots moving out with the mothership core looking to put on pressure. It might force quite a few units. 12 lings already. If he goes up any further than that, then that's a massive committal there from Livezerg.
Livezerg's expecting, well, he's going to play Zergling heavy style. This is what we saw a lot from him in the Challenger games against Hearthstone. He's got melee upgrades coming in with a 2nd evolution chamber, so very heavy Zergling style. And that can be potentially very good against what we're seeing from Showtime. With the Stargate coming in, he will eventually look for a 3rd base, and if he doesn't take it fast, then that's better for him. But if he takes it early on, Lings are going to dominate.
Yeah, these 2 zealots, unfortunately for them, they get surrounded and recall on out of there. So at least Livezerg didn't over-anticipate exactly what his opponent was up to. That was really good by him. Only making the 12 lings and then deviating from that point on. But he's already spotted the Oracle, which is nice. Can prepare. We need a Spore here at the 3rd base.
Yeah, doesn't want to lose too many drones. He's got 2 queens on 3rd base, though. Spore in the main, Spore in the natural, 2 queens on the 3rd.
Nice.
And a Spore coming in, but it will be late. But let's find out what the really fault is. Void Ray. Okay, so with a Void Ray follow-up, it's going to be like a Void Ray Zealot Sentry 3rd base taken, which is weak against Zerglings. Very weak against this upgraded Zergling style. And if we see this 3rd cancelled, which Livezerg will aim for, good luck, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, he sees a Baneling Nest as well. He sees it. He sees it. So now Showtime here, going for the expansion, has to be so careful.
He throws down the Twilight Council as soon as he sees the Baneling Nest. He may be looking for Templar Archives very fast in this game. That's the thing that makes sense.
Yeah.
He could go +2 attack and blink Stalkers. Could be Twilight Council. I mean, Templar Archives is very dangerous, but it's obviously very good against what's coming.
If I recall correctly, wasn't Livezerg using this kind of Baneling style quite heavily against Hearthstone in the Challenger Series.
Yep.
So it's certainly something that he's very well versed in. I mean, he defeated him 3-1 and it worked out. So this could go well for
And this
Livezerg.
is very good against this fast third taken too, these links with good upgrades. Can pick it off very fast.
Going to nom this down. It's already got +1 weapons. The cancellation does occur. I was holding my breath there for a second because I didn't think he was going to get the cancel.
Lings didn't trade off the best there, but there is the Temple Archives. Very fast in this game. Very fast.
So
great
important
against Zergling and Banelings.
Absolutely wants those Archons in there. They soak up about 100 Banelings for each Archon. Not quite that many, but
not quite that many, no. But there's only a time for so long that the Archons are going to be very good at. He may want to get Zealot Charge as well with this. Obviously works very, very strong together. But there has to be some form of timing come out here from Livezerg. Not from Livezerg, sorry, from Showtime, I would imagine. Maybe +2 attack, take the gas on third pretty fast, Zealot Charge Archon timing, go with 3-4 Archons, because that's when he's going to be at his strongest. Anything past that can allow adaption from Livezerg, because he doesn't know about this yet. And that's one of the powerful things about these Archons.
But also, Livezerg's adding on tons of Queens. He's up to 8 right now, so it looks as if he wants to go up to the Ultra style.
Absolutely, yeah, I was going to say.
Which is nice. I love seeing that. It's very, very cool to watch. You can just get such good engagements, especially on a map like this that can be pretty open, especially at this third base as well. The army's going to have to be so well positioned for Showtime.
I love the Oracle with a Revolution in the main base, spotting if the Hive is made, because that will allow him, I think, to hit the timing that he would be strongest at. And it's going to have to wait until the Revolution's gone, I'd imagine, to start the Hive. The Infestation Pit's only halfway through, so... yeah, definitely would like to see a bit of an attack with the Archons.
Well, now we have all these Queens pushing out the creep extremely aggressively throughout the middle of this map, and the Oracle does poke him once again. Once that Revelation finishes, to see if that Hive does start right on after. But the Infestation bit only just finished, and he now does get confirmation.
He sees the Hive, so he knows that he's going up towards Ultralisks. So he knows his timing. He has to hit before the Hive is done.
And how well this is going to work out. What do we have right now? We have 74 Zerglings, which against 3 Archons here with +2 weapons soon, or 4 Archons, I should say, and the force fields that could zone out a bit.
Very good. He's getting ready to fight.
He is.
This is a strong army.
And unfortunately for these Queens, they're only going to have to transfuse themselves and each other, because transfusing Zerglings doesn't really go too well.
Yeah, needs to keep making more units. His army supply isn't that high, only 61. So, more Zealots, more Archons.
He has Storm being chrono boosted out here, so that could certainly help him on out, especially if he keeps this third base economy going, because right now his economy is fine. I mean, it's sitting pretty, but it's this big swell of units with that Ultralisk Cavern eventually finishing up that's going to be the scary point.
And if he doesn't attack now and allows Livezerg to get up to Ultralisk, even though he's prepared to fight Ultralisk with Immortals and a second robotics facility coming in, he does miss an opportunity to do damage, I think. Even though that the Zergling Baneling count is very, very high, with good spread, good storm, he's still able to do damage, I think. So if he sits back, he does allow the Ultralisk to enter the field.
Well, this is Adrenal Glands as well, so it's going to help out those Zerglings all the more. It doesn't start 3-3 aggressively. It's a bit hard to really dedicate all the gas to that when you're wanting to get the Ultras out to buffer, especially when you're scared of your opponent having this kind of army.
I don't think he's seen the back 4th base, though. He's got to maybe anticipate that.
Yeah, he does.
Because obviously if he thinks his opponent's on 3 base, he plays the game much more slower. But he's going to warp into the main base with a Warp Prism and then do this attack right before the Hive, right before the Ultralisk, should I say. So beautifully constructed, and then getting ready to build an army to fight Ultralisks.
Very nice composition here so far from Showtime in terms of the orchestration of this engagement.
Would have been nice with an Observer with this army.
It's...
But I think he's expecting his opponent maybe to be on 3 bases, which is why he's not playing super aggressive.
There's a few Links of Banelings heading down to the natural to try and do some damage here, waiting for those Banelings to crash on through.
He's going to catch these units, though. He's going to force field them if he doesn't leave.
Yeah, these units all have to get them out of there. Look how much damage that one Halcon volley does to all those Banelings. Jeez. That one Zealot charges on forwards, but oh well. A few Zealots do die off for their troubles, but this all the Warp Prisms being so good here for Showtime, really doing quite a bit.
Yeah, he's found that base now, and he's going to pick it off.
Yeah.
That's a really nice win there.
So far out of position to deal with that. So good pickup indeed. He's going to limit quite a bit of that income, and now we have Showtime moving through the middle. Storms are so good against this army.
Yeah, he's got 4 Zealots going to the right-hand side, making his whole force go up to the top here. He's got to be careful, though. This is not the time to fight. He's missed quote-unquote the timing. Well, he hasn't missed it because he did get damage done with something, so it's not like he completely missed that chance. But he should be taking his 4th base and trying to build a better and stronger army. He's not ready. He's not 200 supply. He doesn't want to fight against the Ultralisk yet.
At least he got the Warp Prism, though, did Livezerg, to shut down the majority of this harassment. All of those Brainliers crashed through those Zealots there. But how many Immortals do we have? We have 5 out right now against only 3 to be Ultralisks.
And they all have +3. So as if you don't hit a timing against the Ultralisk, you just don't attack at all. You just sit back and build, and then hit before the switch up comes, which is the Greatest Spire in this case. Which is the Spire's being made here. I'm not sure if he's seen the Spire yet. He does have Hallucinated Phoenix.
Well, he added on a Stargate preemptively as well. So
he did see it, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to know exactly what's going on. And I love these pylons at the front by Showtime. They're going to really stop any Ultralists from getting a proper engagement, especially at this 3rd.
Yeah. With this Stargate, I'd imagine the Fleet Beacon quite fast in this game with the money he has.
Yeah.
But you can fight here again. You've gone past the original attack. You can go into the 2nd attack now, which is ready for the Ultralisks. While you prepare, like he was before when he tried to hit the 1st attack, preparing for Ultralisk. Now he can fight while he prepares for Greater Spire.
And he's still just going to push through the middle here. This is a very, very strong army that he has, indeed. I mean, when your army almost comprises fully of Immortals and Archons.
Yeah. He's got to use 2 good time warps to slow the Bailings and then land the right storms.
Yeah.
Hopefully backed up by the correct force fields as well.
And all the army location has been spotted as well. The Queens provide ample longevity, though, to those Ultras that he might ward him from actually taking an engagement for a while. I mean, he's getting Blink, he's getting Dark Shrine, he's getting all these harassment tools to keep his opponent away from him instead of going for that engage. So
he's got the Warp Prism that can warp in 1 Zealot, the sickest harass.
Whoa, do it. Do it there. Oh, that's brilliant. Against all those spines morphing in, he's like, yes, it's Christmas. And there's a few more Zealots. Wait, what did he lose to?
He lost a couple of Zealots. He threw Zealots at the Ultras.
Ah, okay. Well, that's quite wise. So he couldn't continue on with this harassment, but the Lings are already there to deal with it, so it's all right.
Broodlord's coming in, though, and he doesn't have anything to deal with them yet.
Oof. Thought he was going to go just then.
He does not have anything to do with the Broodlord yet. First Void Ray started. So now it becomes a game where Livezerg, if he fights now with the Broodlords before the Stargate units are ready.
And he never added on the Fleet Beacon, actually. He's just going to go for Void Rays.
Yeah. Void Rays is great. I mean, Void Rays are great anyway. Just, I mean, if you think about what's there. Fleet Beacon's great for Tempest, but Void Rays are sick.
Yeah. I mean, you could have just finished that with Void Rays are great.
But Livezerg's got a really strong army.
Yeah.
His Broodlords have been able to come to the game, Colaris.
There's 7 of them as well.
There's 7 of them, and there is not too much to stop them.
Ooh, 3 Dark Templars at the back for the harassment. Whilst all this is going on, the Fleet Beacon's now getting added on as he realizes, oh, maybe Broodlords. Ugh.
Yeah. A lot of times, Zerg players say, you know what, screw my defense and just fight now. Because he knows he's really strong with the Broodlords.
Yeah, especially since he's losing a lot of workers at the back here with these Dark Templars. So
gonna come back. This will allow the time for the air units to come into play.
There's 6 Dark Templars just working away at everything. They don't really care. These 2 Zealots choking up everything as well.
The Broodlords.
Where are they?
In the middle.
Oh,
with the Archons.
no.
And Void Ray. Oh, he's scared. Go for it, my son.
Go. That was the best opportunity, but, well, I guess he doesn't want to take it just yet. And he still sees how far out we are.
MMY. Not MMA, but MMY.
Do you reckon that's where he got the inspiration for the name?
No.
Mixed Martial Yoga? No. All right.
I don't know.
Well, we're waiting for him. And then as this continues, he's adding on 3 Void Rays at any given time, but there's been Pathogen Glands on the way
7
for a while.
Infestors.
That's a lot of
I think he got the ID from like, yeah.
What?
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
maybe that's his favorite phrase. And now he's like, yeah. And then it's like, I'm going to make an idea around my favorite phrase. And then, yeah.
I don't know how many people really go, yeah.
Hey, you want to grab dinner later? Yeah.
It's like a really half-hearted, yeah.
Or you do it when you win, you're like, yeah.
Like, look in the mirror, flex, and yeah.
All right. Is he going to recall? You think he recalls?
He has to. He's in the really horrible spot. Oh, actually, that was a nice storm. All the Zerglings decide to bathe in that storm. They were loving it. But now he has to get out of there because that's a bad spot. Look at this.
There's nothing to call the Mothership core, though.
He's like, I need to get away. More storms. Zerglings must die. Run away. These broodlings are really sad.
Warp Prism's still alive, and Tempests are now being added on too.
And a 5th base. Ooh.
Yep.
And drones, 35 to 73.
Showtime's playing this really, really carefully.
Look how little money Livezerg has available to him.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's just weird, Sean. This isn't the way I was expecting it to be, because now he just adds on Tempest, and then he
kind of
wins.
just been on 3 bases and is trying to, he's built up a very strong army, but it's starting to be slowly countered in this game with the use of Void Rays, Tempests.
Yeah.
And then once he sees this base, can expect the 4th one to have been taken at the back, he has to fight soon. He doesn't have an economy. He can't wait for his opponent to build the right army and then take the fight. He needs to go now.
Dark Templars killing off 3 Zerglings.
He needs to fungal those.
And this could not be... He's going to pull back. I mean, technically, Livezerg's army is cool because it has so many energy units, and that's fungals and transfuses allow his army such great power, but there's so many Tempests already. Look at them, 4 of them.
And there's 14 gateways, which means 14 Stalkers could come in. Oh, God. I died fast.
Get out of my game, Broodlords. These are Tempests. And then he has to run away because Neuroparasite's on the way. Jeez, he has to be so careful against these Tempests, man. They're killing off Infestors.
I'm slowing down the game.
Oh, Apollo.
That's not me.
Sorry, man. Oh, brutal. Poor Broodlords. I really feel sorry for Broodlords in the state of the meta when you don't have anything to do with Tempests, because it's just like, no.
I mean, this army,
Mercy!
like, it was good, but it's not anymore, and it hasn't been for a while. The Showtime's got the right army. He's played this very carefully. He's played it slowly. He's guaranteed himself the victory in a certain way, and the Broodlords are dying fast. Good storms here could be great, just through that choke point if they come down that way. And there's no Broodlords left. There's 1.
There is 1. There is none. There's not even... You can't even transfuse them. They just get obliterated. It doesn't matter. Storms on the Corruptors. That'll bring the majority of the anti-air down.
Look at the supply. It's just
Goodbye,
Zerg.
Bye-bye, Zerg. See you in another group, I guess. GG.
And unfortunately,